Hello and welcome to Visions. I'm Mirella Rich. Today our guest is Jason Watson, who is an Agoi instructor, which is a mind-body technique used for healing. Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
What is Agoi? Can you tell us?
Yes, Agoi is a body-mind practice that uses healing and spiritual techniques to produce states of well-being and peace.
Okay, and where did the name Agoi come from?
About 20 years ago, my teacher, John Morris, who created the practice, started to explain the need for a body-mind practice that would change the energetic systems of the body. And he explained that it would exist in combination with other healing and meditation practices. When people asked him, is it yoga, which is usually the reference point people have for body-mind practices, he said, no, it's Agoi, which is yoga spelled backwards. Right. And at that stage it was just a name that occurred to him.
Beautiful. And where did the practice come from? Where did it initiate?
When John and I started working together, he realized that I love movement and healing. And he revealed to me his idea of a body-mind practice that would change the internal and external energetic systems of the body. And we then started working on the practice together, using my expertise in movement and body-mind practices, and his expertise in healing and energetic healing and spiritual practices.
Right. And how does the practice work?
The practice works by doing very, very easy movements that open up energy centers. They're done in combination with pure sound tones, which resonate with the energy centers. And I also use other forms of meditation, like kidney breathing meditations and color breathing meditations. So in effect, the state produced after doing all this work, which lasts for about an hour and a half, or an hour and 15 minutes sometimes, is a state of peace, well-being.
Beautiful. And what are the energy centers?
Energy centers are otherwise called chakras, and they're vortices of energy. Now, the Hindu, Indian Hindu spiritual traditions often refer to chakras. Some aura readers can see them if they're psychic enough. But the ones we use are the base of the spine, just beneath the belly button, beneath the breastbone, in the middle of the chest, where the heart center is, the throat, where the Adam's apple is, and the middle of the forehead, also on top of the head.
And how are the sessions conducted?
The sessions are conducted in a class group situation. I talk everyone through the meditations and the movements, and I also select the appropriate sound tones needed for the work as well.
And can Agoi be practiced at home on your own?
It can be, to some extent, only with the movements that if people do remember them, they can practice the movements at home. And also with meditations like the color breathing and the kidney breathing meditations. And if they do get their hands on pure sound tones, then they can use that as well. But generally the bulk of the healing occurs as a result of the Agoi attunement that I bring into the space before class starts. So as a result, class practice can never replace home practice.
Yeah, and also the atmosphere you build together in the class as well.
Absolutely. Before class starts, I would actually generate the energy of Agoi, and I'll hold the energy in the space until everyone arrives. And generally people come to the space, they feel the energy, and they come in quite quietly, and they settle themselves, they get ready for class, and then generally we slowly go into the work.
That's beautiful. So you sort of command this sort of quiet space before anyone arrives, this peace and this lovely atmosphere, and then they arrive and they can feel it and they come in quietly.
Exactly.
That's
exactly
beautiful.
That. So the energy is really responsible for a lot of what goes on, and all the movements, the pure sound toning, focusing on the energy centers, they help to pinpoint what is going to be worked on and stimulate the energy centers opening up for the work to be done.
That's beautiful. I mean, sometimes we don't realise how important it is just to quieten ourselves and to be in touch with our mind and body in one, isn't it?
Absolutely. People spend a large proportion of their day hustling, bustling, performing, being stressed, being outwardly focused. So this is an opportunity to go within, to find a quiet space within, and to be more ready for the challenges of life, but also having an opportunity to enjoy life more, enjoy work more, enjoy family and friends more as a result of this work.
Do you ever feel like some people don't want to go within to that quiet space because they feel like they're not doing anything? It's not productive enough? That's why they don't?
Definitely. In fact, people are often afraid of going into themselves and being in that silent space. Afraid very often of what they'd find as well. Generally, people try to find ways of distracting themselves, or they find ways to stimulate their bodies. So spiritual work and healing work does the opposite, and it requires a tremendous amount of courage to actually do that. And very often the first few experiences of doing healing work might actually involve people going through certain experiences of resistance and hesitation to going within. But once they allow themselves to sit through it, they eventually find that they experience more peace and happiness as a result.
It's just making that first effort to do it, because sometimes you know the benefits, but you just can't settle yourself down to just discipline yourself to do that.
Definitely. It's also having the willingness to give up all these limitations and all of these fears that prohibit people from experiencing more peace and happiness. And before that, they need to have the vision and the willingness to have peace. And that's one of the initial steps people need to take in spiritual work and healing work.
They need the desire for peace.
Precisely.
All right, we're about to go to a break now. You're watching Visions. I hope you're enjoying the program. We'll see you again very soon.